so that the bandwidth is not affected and you can just hear the audio. So as Preeti announced, your active participation is important throughout the session. Right now, we have everyone on mute, or if you're not on mute, we would request you to just put your, mics on mute. That would avoid background noise. Could we just request you to put your mics on mute? Thank you. Oh. Okay. Throughout the presentation, someone on our staff will be managing the chat functionality. So if you have any questions while the presentation is going on, you can enter your question in the chat window. If you'd rather ask in person, you can also use the icon on the control panel or to raise your hand to indicate that you have a question, and we will then unmute your mic. Okay, well, without further ado, I would like to just go to the agenda for today. First up, we would like to give you an overview of the past, current, and upcoming projects of the Goethe-Institut. Most of these projects have been conceptualized keeping today's topic in mind. We will then go on to showcase one of our best practice digital projects, the Kinderuniversity, and their success stories in Moscow, Washington, and Boston. Later, we come to one of the most exciting segments and something I think all of us are eagerly waiting for, the panel discussion on today's topic of 21st century approach to education, how online education bridges learning gaps. So we will start with our short presentation on the language programs and German language. Preeti, may I request you to take over from here?
Yeah, thank you, Anita. So we have actually divided into 3 categories. One for principals, for decision makers like you. Without their support, we can't, actually achieve things what we achieve. And of course, one of the most important partners for us, German language teachers. And really very most important target audience for us are German learners. So let's start with what do we offer for principals, decision makers of schools offering German. Many of you might already be aware of it. We do organize alternately delegation tour to Germany and principals conference in South Asia. Delegation tour to Germany, the objective of this tour is so the principals who are offering German, they get to know about the education system in Germany. We plan generally 2 visits of 2 cities. We organize school visits. We organize listen observations, and we also organize a conversation between a German principal and an Indian and South Asian principal, because it's not just for Delhi, Calcutta, it's for the whole South Asian region. And similarly, alternately, we organize principals conference. We mostly organize it in Sri Lanka or in South Asia so that principals from Pakistan and other countries can also participate so easily. And now we have also, thanks to Corona, we found a new way to interact with you, a webinar like this. We also provide support in recruitment of German language teachers, that we have a database. We, as and when we are contacted by the school principals, when you're looking for new or the schools already offering German, whenever there's a requirement, we just filter it, sort it out, and then send some relevant resumes to the principal. And then the school can conduct the interviews, and then it's between school and the teacher. Last couple of delegation tour, we have received a lot of requests from principals that we should also conduct info sessions about study in Germany and work in Germany. We've been doing it for students, but yes, we'll be offering soon also for the principals, and so you know about study in Germany. Anita, would you please take it to the next slide? Thank you so much. Would you take it over?
Now we go on to the services that are offered to our German language teachers. There are a number of different professional development opportunities that the Goethe-Institut offers the German language teachers. To begin with, the Goethe-Institut has scholarship programs for language teachers, as all of you are well aware of. German language teachers of our partner institutions and schools can apply for these scholarships to attend a training program, either a language course or a seminar on a teacher's training course, so to say, at the Goethe-Institut in Germany. The duration of these seminars or courses are generally 2 to 4 weeks. Apart from that, we have, apart from these one-off events or webinars, etc., that we host for the German language teachers, there are also modular teachers training programs that are on offer. One of them is in collaboration with IGNU and the University of Vienna. This is one of a kind, as a matter of fact, because it has the distance mode as well as a practical approach. And the other thing that we offer is DLL, or Learning to German, as it is called in, in English, which is an innovative advanced training. And it's in South Asia, we offer it in a modular format of hop on, hop off. There are certain modules that the teachers can opt for, and then again, decide if they have something else to do or busy, that they can do a module later. So these are the two modular training programs that we offer, and both of them are actually based a lot on action research projects, experimental teaching in the classroom. And we have got till now, of all the language teachers who have right now participated in them, a very positive feedback, and some even say that it has become quite a hobby to do this experimenting in class. Apart from that, we have teachers conferences, which is also organized in association with the Indo-German Association, the club that we have, and as well as the monthly workshops and webinars. Right now, as Preeti said, that there are a lot of offers for the German language teachers in the form of webinars, which give them a lot of input on online teaching, engagement of students in online classes. We also have an informal meetup, in which the teachers have format is a little different. It's also called the Stammtisch in German, or the meetup, where the teachers can exchange information amongst each other and also ask the experts, so to say. And based on these, we get feedback to support also in lesson planning. That is, if the teachers request us that for at this period, if there are certain things that they would like to know on online teaching, there's also support in that, in lesson planning and lesson observation. The Goethe-Institut also develops a lot of materials for teachers and teaching aids, so to say. The job services that the Goethe-Institut provides for partner institutes and schools is that the Goethe-Institut has a database of German language teachers, and if any partner institute requires any help, assistance in recommendation of a German teacher, Goethe-Institut also provides that service.
Now we come to the target audience, which we all are. First I would like to ask, am I audible now? Because I'm seeing in the chat that it says poor audibility. Am I audible now? Is it clear now? Okay, super. So we offer youth courses in Germany for the PAR schools, but also for non-PAR schools. And we are also working from this year. Focus is also on organizing internships in German companies, like Lufthansa or Dr. Oetker. And on and off, we organize a career fair, where we invite German universities, where they talk about their programs, the university requirements, what are the applications dates, and how to go about it, what is the language level required. And one of our main focus right now, the theme is about entrepreneurship. We are working towards a project where we want to make children aware about entrepreneurship at a very early age, so make them atmanirbhar, so to say, self-sufficient. So we are working towards that also.
Yes. Exchange and Meet, student interaction programs for learning, our main target group, the German learners. So the interaction programs for learning, gaining new experiences, compromise the core mandate of our work of the Goethe-Institut. And to promote this kind of learning, the Goethe-Institut organizes events. One of the most popular events or programs for our young German learners are the youth camp. So, learning a new language can be a lot of fun, despite all the work that vocabulary and grammar demand, especially in an youth camp. So the Goethe Institute organizes different kinds of youth camps. There are the local youth camps, the regional youth camps, which are organized every year, either in Nepal or Sri Lanka, where up to 100 students from different schools in South Asia can take part. There are students from Bangladesh, India, Iran, Nepal, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka, and they participate in these camps, and they not only learn German, but also there is a lot of friendships that are also made, and a focus on, so to say, the topics that are discussed or our theme of these camps are also a focus of social emotional learning. Youth camps are also there in German. Performers of the German classes then get a scholarship, an opportunity to do a course in Germany. There are also a newer kind of formats like one-day camps as well as trial camps. In these trial camps, the students who are at the beginning level have the opportunity to try out, so to say, the language for half a day or some hours, and then decide whether they would like to learn the language further. We go on to one of the events that resonates with the goals of the Goethe-Institut, that is the Youth Congress. On the topic of sustainability, the Youth Congress Future There, which was initially conceptualized with the goal to unite and empower young learners to become ambassadors of sustainable living. The first Congress took place at the Goethe-Institut in Mumbai, and ever since, this format has been quite a popular format, doing it in all the Goethe-Institutes. The participants at the Youth Congress have the opportunity to explore the abstract concept of sustainability in a playful way, including many hands-on activities. At this event, there is something special, which obviously gives another edge to the event. That is, experts from India and Germany come together to add a global and intercultural perspective to the event and share their knowledge. The format also ranges, there is different range of expressions of the format, from theater to performance to cooking experiments to excursions. So a lot of hands-on approach.
So one of our main projects have always been, we've been bringing in mobile exhibitions to our institute. These exhibitions travel throughout the world. They are worldwide exhibition. Last couple of years, we have had the exhibition about environment, the exhibition known as Omdenken, which travel throughout the world. And it is always, it's an interactive exhibition accompanied by hands-on experiments, hands-on activities. Couple of years back, 4-5 years back, we also had an exhibition about inventions and discoveries of Germany called Erfinderland Deutschland. And we were also planning to have an exhibition about the feelings, yeah, the power of feelings, Mark der Gefühle. But because of this COVID situation, right now we could not offer it. But very soon as the situation turns into, so we go into normalcy or the new normal, we will again be offering the new exhibitions. And Goethe-Institut, at the Goethe-Institut, we survive for the innovative programs, and we always try to keep our events so innovative and modern for students, so they're interesting, exciting for them. Young learners, they are always ahead with the technology. So last year we introduced a hackathon with a German hackers group called Jugendhakt, and where 3 institutes participated in that: Goethe-Institut Colombo and Goethe-Institut Calcutta and Delhi. And this year we had planned about for the next institutes, but we will be coming back to it maybe next year. And the topic was about food hackathon, and kids actually came together. And it was not just about the German experts coming from Germany, there were also German students coming from Germany, joining them, and Indian and German students, and Indian, Sri Lankan, South Asian students together along with German students, they just exchange about their culture and the values. They also learn about coding, because from Indians, from our side, South Asian side, we never had the criteria one should have a pre-knowledge of coding. And it was very interesting to see within the 3 days, the span of 3 days, how they came up with beautiful products like prototypes, like website. They've developed an app together, a prototype, of course. They've developed games together. They've developed websites together. And not just about developing a technological thing, they actually went into researching using WikiLeaks, Wiki database, and then informing themselves. And one of the very interesting projects was that they have come up with a nice website where you can not just compare the prices, but also you can see in which region, it was for farmers, which region you can grow the best crop, what according to the country quality of the land, the crop, the weather. I mean, it was a very innovative and interesting project, and will surely be again coming up with new innovative, interesting projects.
Um, Keeping the idea of exchange and culture in mind, the Goethe-Institut also offers intercultural competency workshops. These workshops are designed for exchange to students learning German and wanting to know more about the culture and also draw parallels to their own culture, as well as students wanting to study in Germany. A number of different modules are offered. One of them is Fit for Germany for students, scholarship holders, as well as exchange students or students who want to study in Germany. So there is this module called Fit for Germany. Then there is also Fit for India, that is for the partner school German students, for the exchange students, if they want to come to India, that they have a Fit for India, workshop to orientate themselves. And there are also cross-cultural workshops that are offered where both the groups, the German and the Indian groups, are together and do a workshop to promote mutual understanding and tolerance, respect for identities and cultural diversity. So these are also on offer, and there is more information on our website regarding this. You can, of course, always contact us if you wish for any group for us to conduct this kind of a workshop.
So a lot of students, they learn German because they want to study in Germany. And for that, to prepare them well for their study in Germany so that they can get a seat in a university, we offer a lot of various types of courses. We are also planning to start with a study bridge program. We offer a student collect preparatory course where they already prepare for the entrance exam here. One of the examples is for RWTA Aachen, where they actually don't need to do a student collect because of the 12-year and 13-year education system in India, in South Asia, and in Germany, in India and in Germany. They need to attend the student collect. But RWTH Aachen is one of the universities where you don't need, and you can just write the entrance exam known as Test RS, and then you get eligible to have a seat. Of course, there are certain criteria, and to prepare to write that entrance exam, we offer here a preparatory course. We also conduct at our institute entrance exams for universities like Hochschule Kaiserslautern, Marburg, and it's online. students can just come to our institute and write the exam. And on time to time basis, we also offer info sessions while in German and study in Germany. Since April, we have also started offering these sessions online. Earlier, we used to go to visit schools when invited from the. Is it okay? Audio quality?
Yes, it's
Okay.
fine.
Okay, thank you so much. And we do it with our network partners day by day. They are about study in Germany. They offer a lot of scholarships, and they are the people actually who can guide you more about study in Germany. And we also have a network partner about pro recognition, where they help the student to find about whether their degree is recognized, which diploma is recognized in which university. So, I mean, that's a detailed thing. I would not like to go there. Maybe we go to the next slide now. And you can always write to us, yeah, for any queries. And we just not think about the studying in Germany. We also offer language courses for school students at the Goethe-Institut. The students are generally above 17-year-old. So if they want to do a course, we do offer online courses from A1 to C1 at a very attractive price, a special price for school students. And then we also recently we offered CBSE preparatory courses for class 10th. We offer for class 10th and 12th. And we initially we planned only 2 courses, but those courses were so successful and were much in demand. So we had to offer 9 courses. We ended up offering 9 courses for CBSE class 10th. And the second part will be coming in the month of November. And we also have our own internationally recognized exam from Fit 1 A1, Fit 2 A2, right to the level C2. And recently we conducted a preparatory course for Fit 2 exam for teachers so that they can learn the pattern, the format, of course, but how to integrate this exam preparation also in their normal German lessons. And we will also be offering as in right now we don't have the dates when are we going to conduct the exams. Maybe closer to that date we'll be offering also fit to exam preparatory course for students as well. That will be always, like always, we'll inform you via mailing or newsletters. We'll do that. So presently our focus is on STEM subjects. It's like right. I will just talk about quickly about these two. I will not go through Kinderuni because we are just taking in this in next section. But we are also working on Junior Uni. That's for teenagers. We already have it in 4 languages. Russia, Konstantin is also here. In Russia, Russian and in German, of course, and 2 more languages. We are working on an English version, which should be there by October. But I will talk about what's our ongoing project is Blue Brain Digital STEM competition. Around 60 schools, all types of schools are participating, competing each other. It's about how the brain works, the brain cells, and it's a very interesting. I mean, we have received a huge amount of a very good response from the students. They have really been enjoying it. And we since 2005 we're offering Science Film Festival in Bangkok, and since 2017 we got it to South Asia and to India, and every year we have a new theme. It generally takes place from 1st October to 23rd of December. This year we have theme of sustainability, and this year everything is more of sustainability, and sustainability being the topic, we recently finished our one project known as Green with Hong Kong Baptist University, where students from North India and Nepal did participate. They did exchange with students from Hong Kong. They designed the green city for them in groups, and we are waiting for the winners now, for the announcement of the winners. And of course, when we talk about online projects, how can we forget cybersecurity? Our alumni from PASH and non-PASH schools are working right now with an organization called Save the Children, based from Sri Lanka, thanks to a colleague in Sri Lanka, on the cybersecurity, and they're developing the course with them. And as soon as the course is ready, we will be offering them, and there will be, of course, selection criteria and all the age criteria, everything will be there. But these are the innovative, updated, new things. Focus is on right now on us on STEM subjects.
Yes, and a big part of the Save the Children project were also our alumni from PASH. As many of you also are part of the PASH family, you know that the alumni are also a big, partner for us. And we had our first regional alumni meeting last year, where alumni PASH school leavers who are right now currently pursuing German or would like to work in a German company or study in Germany all met together from South Asia and exchanged ideas. They also got to meet high-ranking business representatives from Germany so that they would also get an idea of the job market. Identify and support PASH ambassadors. This is one of our main projects right now. And if you have anyone in mind who can fit this profile, would be really grateful if you could, send out their names. The alumni for PASH are now integrated into various projects. And there is also an alumni.
Anita, you continue. We are running late. You continue.
Okay. An Alumni app, which has been designed, as a matter of fact, by one of the PASH alumni themselves. And this alumni, the goal of this alumni app is to gather the database of the alumni and also exchange information amongst themselves. There is also an alumni portal, Deutschland, where the alumni can find course information, study information, work-related information, and also information on other alumni who are also registered on this portal.
I think we now just hurry up because we have 2 more presentations to go.
Yeah, I'll just quickly, I mean, all of you are well aware of the cultural aspects. Language cannot be learned without knowing about its culture. And keeping this in mind, the Goethe-Institut organizes various cultural events such as music concerts, film festivals, German days, and a lot of other competitions, and which are also right now on the digital platform. Preeti?
So as Nita had already talked about what all we offer for German language teachers, and since April 2020, when we were all looking for options and looking for support and for this transition. So since April 2020, we have been offering a lot of webinars and virtual get-togethers for German language teachers to brainstorm together and also to equip them with the techniques and technologies. I mean, there are certain topics. We will be sending you this presentation also. And now from tomorrow onwards, we are starting with a club, a cultural exchange club for German language teachers, where we, for the first, because it's the first phase, we have just selected specific teachers with C1 knowledge and who can be facilitator for us. But every time there will be a new topic, a new set of teachers will be there. And I think let's go further.
Yes, we would also like to present another project that we have come up with, which is, as you can see from our previous project presentations, there is a huge focus on integrated learning and experimental learning that the Goethe-Institut puts focus on. And keep in mind, and also the vision of the CBSE curriculum, this project has been developed, which is art and language integrated learning. The concept of this, I mean, is a plan to study acts where the objective is that the students create an exhibition where they showcase the experiences that they had in the time of isolation. So there's a lot of critical thinking involved, as well as development of visuals. So it's a storytelling which has a language perspective in it. Then they would be also working with softwares. So, and as the name says, it's actually art without borders. So the participating institutes, the the students of these institutes, also cities from Pakistan, Sri Lanka, India, and Bangladesh will be working collaboratively on this project to create visuals, and also an exhibition which would be, I could show you a little bit about how they would do it. I'll just have to, okay, it's not at the moment working. So they would use this EduCoSpace software, and which is VR and augmented reality elements are incorporated. So they would be working with those and putting up the exhibition, so to say. Or we can just, I think we're running a little short of time.
Yeah, I think maybe.
We can just send you the
Why don't you show? I'll just talk about the next slide maybe, and I'll not show the video. We are recently finishing on a very interesting, one of the biggest projects of 2020, again on sustainability, known as Fridays for Future, where around 275 students participated from countries India, Pakistan, Nepal, and Bangladesh. The theme was 17 Sustainable Development Goals. They learned about it, and then they also learned through video tutorials about how to make a video explanatory video, and we received around 90 videos, and it was very interesting to see how students from different countries, despite geographical boundaries, they have collaboratively, so beautifully collaborated and come up with beautiful videos. And they are live right now on Instagram. Today we'll be posting the last video, and we'll be sending you the links of those videos. Please take your time out and have a look at it. I do you want to show that?
Yeah, do you want? Yeah, we can show one video and just.
No, I'm talking about that exhibition, that 3D.
Or we can show the. I can show them this video also.
Video will take a little longer. I think let's go ahead then.
Thank you.
So we thank you very much for your attention, and thank you for your patience, and we would really apologize to the panelists. Yeah, so already in advance we might just get delayed by, we started 5 minutes late and we might just get delayed by 10 minutes. Please excuse us for that. So now we go and talk about our main project, which why we are here, is about Kinderuni, the digital university, which is from age 8 to 9. Our colleagues from Washington and Boston wanted to join us, but unfortunately, because of the timings, it's like right now 1:32 o'clock. But they were very kind enough to send us the presentation recorded in their own voice. So now we'll be shutting our mouth and we'll be hearing them.
Dear all, my name is Katrin Engler. I'm a so-called language program officer at the Goethe-Institut of Washington.
Anita, we cannot hear the audio.
Abbreviation Kinderuni is
Can you hear it
composed
now?
of the German words Kinder,
Yes, perfect.
children, and Uni, which is short for university. The program is based on the idea that children have thousands of questions. that may sound straightforward, but can sometimes prove very tricky to answer. The concept of a children's university is widespread in Germany. Most German universities offer teaching units led by well-known professors to children ages to 12. The first children's university was inaugurated in 2002 at the University of Tübingen in southern Germany. Today, German is the world's second most important language for scientific study, and Germany ranks third in funding for scientific research, making it a significant contributor to the advancement of science. Universities saw the chance to get children interested in scientific analysis and research. Today, there are more than 200 universities in Europe and around the world which run children's university programs. It's estimated that more than 1 million children worldwide have attended children's university events. The online university was initiated by the Goethe-Institut in Moscow first, with the aim to create an innovative educational project encouraging children's ability to think creatively. It is based on children's interest in anything that is unfamiliar and at the same time introduces them to the German language. A key aspect is its online platform that is open to all children, no matter where they live or which school they attend. The German Digital Kinderuniversity was launched in the US in 2019 at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, which opened its doors to over 400 kids. Supported by scientists from MIT, well-known German TV presenter Christoph Biemann from the popular children's television show, Die Sendung mit der Maus, English, The Show with the Mouse, and the German physicist and ESA astronaut Reinhold Ewald, the youngsters were able to research answers to their questions in the MIT's laboratories. The format engaged children in STEAM subjects and motivated them to research, discover, and learn. The primary target audience being elementary and middle school students from kindergarten to 8th grade, school teachers, university professors, and parents, as well as media outlets in the US and Germany. Our event formats included modular events with open participation, Kinderuni stations and workshops at various MIT rooms and locations, as well as activities centered around the Kinderuni faculties, humankind, nature, and technology. Typically, children from 8 to 12 years are already familiar with smartphones, tablets, and computers, which they use primarily for either playing games or during school homework. Besides the essential knowledge of a foreign language, this fun and online learning environment reflects the basic structure of a university. 3 faculties on offer, namely humankind, nature, and technology, as well as the carefully selected video sequences, reflect the world as experienced by young students. The Kinderuni teaches them to use computer technologies in a more sophisticated way, thus providing them with skills that will be useful to them in the future. It gives young scientists the chance to find out the answers to questions for themselves about natural phenomena, for instance, while at the same time learning their first words in German. The Kinderuni is based on the integrated learning of both the subject and the language, which resonates with the latest tendencies of language learning methodologies today, and the faculties at Kinderuni are designed around popular subjects from humans to nature and technology. Therefore, our children's university structure is very similar to a normal university. The children enroll in 3 subject areas, each comprising 15 lectures. There are different ways to study at the Kinderuni. In English, each of the 30 lectures explains a different topic in English, while teaching a few German words in a fun and playful way. Second, in German, students can watch the entire lecture in German and learn new, more complex German words in each video. In other languages, there are 6 additional languages available. Spanish and French will be added soon. Subtitles are available in German and English to help understanding. The Kinderuni is designed for children with no prior knowledge of German and children with a basic understanding of the language. Both cases apply the so-called Cli L Method, short for Content and Language Integrated Learning. It is used to teach science and also popular for teaching languages. It emphasizes the study of foreign languages in an authentic context in which students first learn phrases and then immediately use them in speech. Another aspect is that it allows students mentally to connect language with real-world objects and processes. This elaborate system was paired with another highly successful modern didactic method called gamification. In addition to our digital offerings, the Kinderuni hosts a variety of live events and joins in those of our partner organizations. These provide a great way for children to deepen and broaden their knowledge. This process of learning is entertaining and is based on the university principle. After registering online, children can choose with which faculty to start. And after a video lecture, they are given an assignment, the successful completion of which sees medals awarded and the chance for them to move to the second lecture, with tasks becoming more difficult. With children earning different titles, passing different stages as they learn, starting as students and moving up to bachelor's, master's, and doctor's degrees, eventually graduating from the Kinderuniversity as a professor. Quirky Professor Einstein, his capable helper Sophie Schlau, and the endearing robot Joe Vo will explain complex scientific phenomena in a manner that's both fun and easy to understand. The presenter Christoph has the status of a field investigator, as you will see in this video.
Hello, I'm Professor Einstein, and I'm asking you, yes, you, where can the young geniuses of tomorrow start your scientific careers today and learn the German language while doing so, and while having fun? Exactly, in our new digital Kinderuniversity. Brilliant.
We have lots of exciting, interactive lectures in 3 faculties: humankind, nature, and technology. Here, young researchers can learn how balloons are made, for example.
Or gummy bears.
Or how an autopilot works. In each lecture, you can learn marvelous German words. For example, Sonnenblume. Or how about Licht?
Yes, you can learn hundreds of German words and become a language expert. But that's not all. Besides my humble self and my wonderful assistant, Miss Schlau, we also have a well-known German TV star who is helping us with the lectures, Christoph Wiemann and his famous research films. And here he is.
Wow, look at that.
That's me, always on the road on behalf of the research projects of our university.
Exactly, all to inspire and wow our scientists. Assisting us with this goal is a multifunctional drone that I have developed.
The incredibly versatile Johann Wolfgang 3000.
Or simply YOWO. That's short.
So, we'll see you in the
Digital
Kinderuniversity of the
Goethe-Institut. See you later.
The Goethe-Institut wanted the digital Kinderuni to be completely accessible to the public. In today's world, the best method for achieving this is by going online. This gives every child, even in the farthest corners of the country, the opportunity to develop an interest in STEM topics and at the same time learn German, thereby strengthening the research focus in schools and exciting children for science. Another goal is to familiarize children with working with different media. Media literacy is a relatively new field that is not yet taught in every school, and some media users lack sufficient media literacy. The Digital Kinderuniversity teaches children to use media in a knowledgeable and responsible manner. The earlier a child is immersed in a foreign language, the more likely it is that That child will learn multiple languages with ease and become a more well-rounded student who is a motivated researcher of tomorrow. The idea is a simple one. Students immediately put a foreign language to use in a variety of new assignments. A student might, for example, do a physical experiment, solve an exercise, and write down the results, all in German. Didactic materials and experiments were developed by didactic experts at the Goethe-Institut. The online implementation was done by the German agency Kids Interactive, who specializes in children's media. But please see yourself what teachers think about implementing the Kinderuni in their curriculum in this video.
When I hear Kinduniversity and digital learning for kids, I think of just a great online platform for kids to be able to engage in science and engage at their own pace and learn some really neat things and do things at home and at school that they wouldn't get the opportunity to do normally.
It ties in really nicely because in our immersion program in the district, our focus at K5 is math and science. So it's a perfect fit for our German immersion program, especially because they get the German language, German literacy, and then math, science, technology, engineering, all that in one. So it's exactly what we need.
Weil man das halt auch auf Englisch machen kann, mit dem MINT-Lehrer dann oder STEM-Teacher. Und dann kann der Deutschlehrer oder die Deutschlehrerin dann halt das unterstützend im Deutschunterricht machen. Also ich finde, das ist eine ganz tolle Möglichkeit zur Kollaboration.
So schools have really changed over the last 10 to 15 years. Our kids are digital thinkers. And just as they grow through school, even at the youngest age of 4, their minds are geared for digital learning.
We definitely plan to use the Kinderuniversity to get that German material and those science lessons. I think it'll be fun for the kids and the grown-ups.
It's just a fun way, especially the science, but the math too is a fun way for kids to get exposed to the foreign language and learn something new. And I feel like it kind of opens them up to different opportunities. Anything that I can participate in with him gives me an opportunity to learn as well, and it also helps reinforce what he's learning here at school. So it's a great program.
Ein ganz tolles Feature finde ich noch bei den Videos, die haben auch alle Untertitel. Das heißt, man kann es dann mit Deutsch, auf Deutsch mit deutschem Untertitel anschauen oder auf Englisch mit englischem Untertitel. Also kann man das je nach Bedarf auch des Sprachniveaus für die Schüler einstellen.
I like to use it for videos, especially for the younger children who can't read and use their iPad to research data. And so it's really nice to be able to have it and let them see things that they may not have seen in their normal everyday life, and then connect it to what they're learning here in the classroom in their hands-on activities.
This will give our teachers an opportunity to access resources and materials that help support our standards that they can adjust to the language level they need to for their students.
Learning can be so much fun, and through the platform of Kinduniversity, it's something that they can easily get into and easily turn their kids on to where they can teach things in a different way that they normally teach in their classroom. And I think they're going to see great results out of their kids because of that.
Well, thank you everybody so much for your attention. Now let me hand over to my colleague Stefanie Singh, who not only teaches German at the Goethe-Institut Boston, but is also a teacher at the German International School Boston. I wish you a wonderful day and send my best regards to New Delhi. Dankeschön.
Yes, so those were the insights of the Kinderuni from Washington, and we would like to thank Katrin for sending us this presentation. Stefanie Singh has also sent us a presentation sharing her experience, but looking at the time at the moment, we would rather like to send the presentation to you if that is all right, so that you can take a look at it when you are free. We would rather like to hear and welcome our next expert from Goethe-Institut Moscow, Mr. Konstantin Scharanow, who is here live. So if there are any questions regarding the Kinderuniversity, one can directly ask him. Mr. Scharanow is working with the Institute in Moscow since 2010 as a language program coordinator and is the expert for digital offers. Konstantin, could you switch on your camera? I'm not sure that you have already done that so that we can say hello. And I would then request you to please share your experience regarding the Kinderuniversity. It's, as I've heard just now, it's started in Moscow, right?
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Anita, for the presentation. Good morning. Dear all, I'm very glad to be here at the first virtual Principals Conference, and I would like to thank my colleagues for the invitation. Please give me a sign if you can hear me and see me, and if it's okay. Great. Now I will share a really short presentation. Can you see it?
Not yet.
You'll have to end your presentation only, then you can share.
I have ended.
Einen Moment, Konstantin, das muss sie dann beenden und erst dann kannst du.
Ich habe schon beendet, leider.
Wir sehen immer noch deinen Bildschirm.
Sorry, you can't see it, or I should not do this?
No, I think we are still seeing Anita's bildschirm.
Okay, maybe Anita could stop sharing the screen.
Yes, I've already stopped it.
Yeah, now it's done.
So, can you see it now?
Yes.
Great. So you've just heard my colleagues presenting their experience on working with the Kinderuniversity in the United States. And in my short presentation, I want to give an overview on how the Kinderuniversity is used in schools in Russia, and a little overview where we stand. The Kinderuni was initiated at the Goethe-Institut Moscow 2016, and since then there are already over 50,000 registered users. And this fall, a variety of new lectures will be available on the platform on the Kinderuniversity on the 3 faculties. And it can be said that the digital Kinderuni is currently one of the most visited digital websites of the Goethe-Institut worldwide, especially in the Corona time. You see it has a relatively broad geography. Different countries are participating, and India is already relatively high. And I hope that it will be that there will be more users from India soon. In Russia, it's often difficult for a teacher to include the video lectures into lessons. That is why the Goethe-Institut Moscow offers an extracurricular program, German with a digital University. In extracurricular activities, there is a certain freedom for teachers. They are not limited by a straight framework of the content of the subject. They have additional time, and they can take the already prepared course. The target group are the students of 5th and 4th grade, and the time is 34 hours. And now you can see there are ready package of materials that the teacher can just take, print, cut out and use. There are also materials for interactive whiteboard, and if it's not possible, they can be replaced by presentation. This is Natalia Urivchikova, our expert, Cli L expert and trainer of the Goethe-Institut Moscow, and the author of the project of the program. We provide methodological support to the teachers, and why it's necessary, because the Kinderuni is based on the Cli L method, Cli L approach. I won't tell now about the didactic principles, but in Russia this approach is quite new. It might seem that Cli L is a study of a subject in a foreign language, but it's not. Cli L is studying of a subject and a foreign language. 2 focuses are characteristic of this approach, on the subject and on the language, and they are equal. That's why our teachers need some support. And one of the last slides is what happens in this course. Each session is, of course, based on the video lecture of the Kinderuni. And the children, of course, don't just watch a video. There are also experiments, games, a lot of movement, different quizzes, intellectual games. Sometimes parts of the lessons take part in a computer class, for example, to the lecture. Online games, there is a small championship that is held on a certain online game in the classroom. There are activities outside the classroom. For example, in the middle, in the center of the bottom row, you can see activity based on the lecture measuring the width of the river. So if there is no river nearby that students can explore, you can just model such a river, and they apply the method of measuring the width of the river in the gym. As it is a clear approach, the teachers holds the lesson trying to speak only German language. A very large amount of visualization helps the students to understand what is happening, and they have a success situation when they understand a foreign language without using mother language. This feeling of success is very important. It gives strength for the children to continue their learning. And so you see it's various forms of work, and the students get never bored, and the teacher also. The structure of the class is approximately the same. There is always an introduction. There is a situation with a certain lack of knowledge, problem situation, different hypotheses that are made by students. Then they find answers in the video, and then they test their hypothesis. There's always application of their knowledge with experiments, modeling of processes, creating products. For example, by the lecture about beatboxing or shadow theater or graffiti, they make something creative. And there also always a reflection there. The Kinderuni fits to the Russian educational standards, because one of the new goals of learning foreign language is creating a basis for generating interest in using a foreign language as a means of obtaining information that allows you to expand your knowledge in other subject areas. And we're very glad that the Cli approach perfect fits to these educational standards. And the last slide is some opinions of teachers using this course in Russia. The teachers agree in general that it's very convenient to work with the proposed materials because they did not have to invent anything, just everything is ready. And the children were really looking forward to the classes because they were dynamic, not boring, interesting and varied. A lot of games, creative tasks. They can use smartphone in the class, for example, QR codes to run learning apps on their smartphones, participate in the Kahoot quiz, and students really like it. Teachers noted that children like to learn language outside of the lesson more, not in normal lesson, but extracurricular. And even not very successful children have a desire to learn German because they have this success situation. And the last one is a very characteristic statement of one enthusiastic teacher, that there are 45 minutes of constant intellectual action, and how great it is that everyone works and the student constantly asks questions. I thank you for your attention, and if you also have questions, that you can pose it now or later. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Konstantin. Indeed. What is the duration of the course?
It's 34 lectures, 34 hours, 1 hour per week. But it's just a program for Russia. You can take other duration, or there is plenty of materials for your for the frequency that is perfect fits to you.
Any other question?
Why it's not possible to sign up on the website? Yes, the platform is Kinderuni Goethe.de, and in fact, it should work. I will test it now, but sometimes on Tuesday we have little short sustenance, but now it must work. I will check it now. Yes, we had just an experience. A lot of teachers used the materials to make virtual lessons of German, distance learning. Not all of sequences are fitting for this, but a lot of, and I also know for the colleagues in Australia that they also have made lessons with Kinderuni online. What are the steps to be taken? I think that the information about the steps to take part in the projects will come from my colleagues in Goethe-Institut, New Delhi.
Hello.
What about science experiments?
Okay, thank you.
It's not. I wouldn't say that there are real science experiments because these are children, but it's. In every lecture, there is an activity. In the most of them, there is also an experiment that is suitable to the topic of the lecture.
Could you please take questions later?
Okay, thank you very much. If you have other questions, please send it per mail or to my colleagues. Thank you very much.